Hello, happy Sunday. Today's title is called Do the Inner Work and Abundance Will Follow. We are about to have a meaningful conversation. Let me add my sis. I'm excited about this conversation. I think it's well necessary for the solar eclipse in Scorpio and this lunar eclipse in Taurus. Hi, sis.
Hi. Hold on one second. I'm trying Can you hear me good? Because I'm using my earbuds.
Ooh, yeah. I think. Talk again. Let me hear.
Can you hear me good? Hello, hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Yeah, the mic is working.
Okay, good.
How are you?
Good, you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited about this conversation. I feel like I was just saying it's necessary, especially during this time where the tides are changing.
Yeah.
Um, we could literally see the shifts and feel it too.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because like you're a Taurus sun, I'm in
Mhm.
Scorpio rising. I have like a lot of water placements, so I'm literally always feeling my way through life. And we could like talk about your experience in this life as far as building and maintaining your stability and how you incorporate spirituality in that too. So
Yeah.
you wanna start off, or you want me to start? It don't matter. It don't matter.
Well, we got a lot to say as usual.
As usual. When do we ever not?
Yeah, you can start.
Um, Damn. I can start off by basically giving a brief explanation about this solar eclipse. Before I even go into the lunar eclipse, which is going to be the full moon in Taurus, I wanted to give like a brief discussion about this solar eclipse that's happening on Tuesday, 4:58 a.m. I don't know. I feel like the energy is very potent. The energy is given transformative, very if your foundation that you've been building is not sturdy, it is
Mhm.
crashing for the better good, for the greater good, of course. But if you're used to playing safe and not really finding security within, it's gonna feel as if your whole world is crashing. Granted, it is, but it's gonna really feel, you're gonna feel it on a deeper level because if you're so used to holding on to tangible things and tangible items without finding security within, you're I don't know. I'm gonna pray for you. We're gonna just pray for them because this season is basically calling us to honor that inner being and have that reflect our external environment. I feel like a lot of people do it backwards. They kind of like wait for their external environment to be secure before they start feeling good. When it's really all about how are you really feeling? How are you feeling inside? Like how do you feel? Because a lot of people try to run away from the feelings. Not a lot of people look. Not
Mhm.
a lot of people want to feel. A lot of people want to drink their feelings away, smoke it away, sex it away, doing stuff to avoid feeling. So this time is calling you to really feel your feels in the best way possible. So that way you could work on that inner strength needed for when fate does its thing. Because that's heavy on it. Fate is going to really take the lead, and we should allow it to. If things are, I feel like at this time, we should just trust whatever's crashing to crash. Because we could trust that whatever God is showing us is what we need necessary to let go so we can move on and redirect, restructure our values. What makes us happy? Is it really money that makes you happy, or is it the feeling that money provides? Stuff like that. So it's a beautiful time. Not the easiest, but
It's
nonetheless.
not easy at all. Yeah, I think that um a lot of people aren't really ready for that either. A lot of people are not ready for that. And those are the people who continue to dive into all of those surface level things. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
But don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like the 3D is in some way surface level. You
Mhm.
know, you're
Mhm.
here to enjoy everything. You're here to enjoy life. You know, live it up. But like, balance is so important. You got to know how to be able to do that, and also know how to be able to work on within. Because like, it's a really shitty time right now. Like,
Mm.
as far as love goes, as far as the whole world is right now in the state of chaos. But like, I feel like for our generation, right?
Mhm.
Um, you really see how fucked up people are mentally when you're dating. Like, when you're out here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's when you see what people are about. And you're like, oh shit, like, nah, nigga, people's minds are not right, because people are really doing people dirty. Don't get me wrong, like, we've been dirt, people have been cheating and playing games from the beginning, but like, I mean, we're in a place right now where people don't even want to commit. People are scared to commit. You
Yeah.
know, like, the marriage rate is falling, the divorce rate is rising. You
Mhm.
know, like, there's so much shit going on, and it's because people are taking their trauma and their baggages to relationships, and
Mm.
then they're just like, it's like a vicious cycle. They're just passing it around. But
So dealing with it,
yeah,
working on.
nobody's dealing with their shit. They're just diving and fucking uh having
It's so
huge
interesting.
amounts of fucking sex and
Let's
weed
talk about it.
and liquor, and like, yo, like, talk about hiding from reality.
Talk about it. Finding ways to run away from your truth. I feel like these times are calling you to face, and it's like you could try to run away from your past, but it's gonna catch up to you sooner or later. You might as well just deal with what needs to do, because it's gonna keep on coming up. And like they always say, if you don't learn your lesson, it's gonna be repetitive. You're gonna keep repeating the same lesson, probably a different person, but same
Hmm.
lesson over and over until you grasp. And some of us came here to learn how to face ourselves, face our truth, how to find value within ourselves and not necessarily place that value on other people, place that value on other things, external factors. So
Hmm.
if you're always finding yourself having these issues of people are always leaving you, or you're always meeting people who don't serve you, or you can never maintain stability, there's a reason. And it's so important to create time to introspect, because many times what I find is our desires really be based off of what society say our desire should be. Like the perfect picture, the perfect quality. How does it look on paper? What do they say on social media? What do they always post? Maybe that's what I should go after. And it's like, do you really want that, or is it because people are saying that's the hottest thing out? It's kind of like recreating what does abundance mean to you, right? And redefining that and finding a new way to obtain that. Even with relationships, like, is your type your type, or is your type what people are saying is the hottest out there, or what looks good on paper? Like, and it just takes knowing yourself, and knowing yourself takes sitting with yourself, taking a minute to recalibrate and see what is it that you got, like inner, what do you want, not what anybody else wants.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
right. I get you. Yeah. I think that we came on at a really terrible time, because like, everybody's outside. How was the weather up north?
It's cool, huh?
How was the weather up north?
Oh, it's kind of gray. I think if I was to describe the weather right now, I would just say gray.
Really?
Yeah,
So it's not raining.
it's just gray.
Cloudy.
It's very. Let me show it to you. Hold on. But it's cool because guess what? We're gonna put this on the thing anyways.
Yeah, people are gonna be watching for sure. But I like when people like when
Are
there's a lot of
commenting.
people around so that we
Look
can go
how
based off
gray
of.
it is.
Oh, that's so depressing and
Ah!
yucky. Damn, let me show y'all what I'm looking at. Hold on, how do
Please
I
show
flip
me.
this?
So I would love to see.
Oh, my front camera is so
Look
dirty.
at that.
Let me turn
First
it
of
off.
all,
Yeah, but this is what I'm looking at right now.
that is beautiful. Wow. I wish I was having that. What's
Yo,
the weather like? Is it nice and warm? It just looks so nice and just
it's definitely not pool. I don't want to say it's pool weather because there's a breeze, but it's south. It's the south, so it's gonna automatically be more more humidity. That it's higher humidity. So like
is this gonna be your first winter there?
yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, but it seems like it's not gonna be bad. They said that it gets to like 30s, 40s, but their 30s and 40s, like the humidity is higher, so it's like hoodie weather instead of up north. That
Oh, you
girl,
don't got
you put
no
the
big
north, like
jackets.
you need that North Face, that bubble jacket. You know what I mean? That type of vibe.
The bubble coats. Oh, I dread
Yeah,
it. And I'm gonna
yeah, but
actually have to come outside this winter. So I'm actually sad because last year I didn't have to come outside. I was working home
oh
full
really?
time. So yeah.
That's yeah. You get spoiled when you living like that. That's the best. Like everything from home, from my sacred space. That's the best.
Oh, I love that. I'm working to make that a full time thing.
Yeah,
Seriously.
that's the
Um,
goal.
yeah, we did, but honestly, it's cool. I feel like we're gonna always have like ups and like the ebbs and flows.
Yeah,
Ebbs and flows.
absolutely. Absolutely. Everything can't be the same thing all the time. You know what I mean?
I'm
But like
okay with
we
it.
definitely learn from this and know because people want to get outside. So like we have to know what time to kind of we have to be able to know what time to target our audience, basically.
Yeah.
If that makes
Maybe
sense.
that
So
11
like
o'clock mark.
11, yeah, 11 is good because people are definitely in bed at 11. They waking up from whatever they did last night. You know what I'm saying? They might have the hangover going. Like they're chilling and they're scrolling in their phone.
Cause I know damn sure well that's what I'm doing. 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
usually
like you just in bed, you chilling. So they might be like, oh, they live, boom, like let's go. Right now, at 1 o'clock, everybody's outside or getting ready to go outside. And people do not give a fuck in New York or up north because like they don't. It doesn't matter if it's raining. They're going outside.
yo, honestly, I'm so yo, me, I just be home.
Really?
And
No.
I'm worse in the wintertime. Wintertime, I call that my hibernation time.
Mhm.
I do not I hardly come outside. And I kind of make it my duty not to come out.
Yeah,
I
I
make
don't
it my
blame you.
duty to like not come outside, bro.
Yeah, I
But
don't blame you.
I really
I kicked
wanted
my
to.
tripod.
Oh, it's cool.
Sorry,
What happened?
I kicked it. I
Ah,
kicked my tripod.
technical
Yeah,
difficulty.
sorry. Yeah, but
But
go ahead.
overall,
Sorry.
no, it's fine. Overall, I just wanted to like get to the point of the fact that we do have to get to the position where it's like understanding our inner reality, like our inner being reflects
Mhm.
how the outside look. I feel like for me, I had to be stripped off of like everything was taken away from me at one point. Like I just felt like I was going through the ringer. Like universe was like, okay, you said you really want this, Shandy? Let's see how much you want this.
Yeah, how
And took
bad do you
away
want it?
everything.
Yeah, how
And
bad do you
it
want it?
humbled me because being someone that didn't come from much, like it was like two things I had to go through. At one point, I wanted luxury so much. And luxury to me was just like the freedom of having anything I want when I want, traveling, having all the nice
Mhm.
things, material stuff too. I'm not gonna lie, yes, there's some bad need there. I mean, honestly, we came here to have a human experience, so having nice products and
Right. Live it
treating
up. You know
ourselves
what I
good,
mean?
isn't that something that we should just, this is, but it's like, don't let it consume you. Don't let it be something that is like all you see, because it's like you said before, balance. We
Mhm.
have to know how to operate without these things too, because like, who are you without these tangible things? And also, why are you being called to do what you're doing? Is it because you want to receive these abundant things, like these luxury items? Or is it because what else? Like, you're trying to elevate, you're trying to be in a different place than you were, you're trying to grow, certain concepts like that. And when I was going through that humbling experience, I did learn that I may have put way too much importance on the things that were just, if they were to be taken away from me, would I be able to survive? And I think that was my test, basically. Who are you without these things? Who are you without money? You know? And I must say, going through that experience, I discovered a strength that I didn't know I even had, like an inner strength. I found comfort within my own divinity. I found comfort within, it's like it was deeper, overall deeper, to the point where I now desire deep, like, depth in my relationships. Like, if it's surface level, I cannot. Surface level conversation, I cannot do it. Surface
Yo,
level
I was,
relationship, I cannot do it.
oh my God, I was literally just having this conversation with somebody. I'm just like, yo, the physical part of the relationship, like, it's nothing for me to be attracted to you. Like, we can have great sex all day. You know what I mean? But like, how long is that gonna last?
Exactly.
Like, how deep do we connect? And that's why a lot of relationships ain't lasting, especially nowadays, because people aren't ready, people aren't willing to let people in.
Mm-hmm.
They're scared. They're traumatized, literally. You know what I mean? And they don't want to let people in that deep. So relationships are failing. You know what I'm saying? Like, people staying stagnant. They don't want to change. Like, it's literally a cycle.
It's literally a cycle, and it seems as if people are just using people to cope with these traumatic experiences that lies deep within their subconscious. Sometimes people don't even know they're doing it. Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
could be having a
yeah.
conversation with somebody, I'm like trying to get to know them, and they skip over knowing who I am within to wondering how I am in bed, or how your lip feels, or like, do you even
Hmm.
know me? Why do you care about these things? Like, it's okay to flirt, but it's like, what where are we
Surface
going?
level.
Where are we
Surface
going?
level. You avoid those people like the fucking plague. Like, I don't want nothing to do with you. Been there, done that. I'm already past that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
We're
like,
only getting older too, like,
yeah, that.
and
So
it really took me. So here's another thing, because I want to actually make a post about this soon, when it comes to like sex, because Scorpio rules sex,
mhm,
transformation, but sex, the organ
mhm,
regeneration. And it's just the fact that a lot of people are not really taking the sex part too serious. They just want to knock the roots, and they don't know what kind of roots they're knocking. you know,
okay, I
it's
get
just like
you.
trying to get off, trying to, and not really appreciating the value in sex, basically. Not really appreciating the fact that this is an experience that we are indeed having, where two
Mhm,
is literally becoming one. All
yeah.
people care about is like, it's like they're using human beings as their like human vibrators. That's what I like to call it. Human vibrators.
Human sex toys,
Yeah.
like, yeah, instead of facing yourself and then be wondering why they stagnant. Like stagnant in love, stagnant with your money, like, you know what I mean? Because you ain't really growing. You're just kind of surviving. like like you're just surviving, like going to work every day, like your money's really not piling up, your love life is trash, you understand, you barely can get along with people, like it, you would prefer to be like, nah, fuck everybody, fuck everything, I'm all about my bread, and like you prefer that as opposed to actually going within and facing yourself. That's why you are where you are. Oh, 111. Thank you.
Make
Thank
a
you, Robo the Human. Make a wish, y'all. Oh, angel numbers. Oh my God. That's a conversation for another day. The
fact.
angel numbers. I will say that if you are seeing those angel numbers, no matter what they are, you're definitely on the right track. You're
It's definitely
definitely on the right track.
it's definitely coming up to point out either you, and also think about what you was thinking about while when you saw it, or like after, or just confirmation, like angels say
Hmm.
we're here with you, you're not alone, you're on the right track. But
Yeah, thank you, Spirit.
I've seen it too many times. I've seen the whole I mean, it gets boring after a while. It's
Hmm.
just like, what else is there to you, to the situation? What else do you want out of this? If you just want to, it's to the point where people are using sex for medication. You just say it.
Yeah,
To
sex,
medicate.
weed, and drugs, sex, weed, and liquor. And yo, like I felt victim to that too. Like not really just sex, but like always feeling like I had to be with somebody. You know,
Me too.
um, yeah, and then always feeling like I had to be high, I had to be drunk. See, like I hold my liquor, like I drink like my daddy. So, like, I don't really get drunk, but that feeling that alcohol brings you, kind of like not depending on it, but like you're just looking for that. You're looking for that because you feel like anything outside of being high or drunk or catching a nut or being laid up with somebody or in someone's energy, anything outside of that is boring. You know what I mean?
Because you're not finding that comfort within. You're avoiding it to put that with attach yourself to somebody else. Hi, Tamara.
Yeah.
You're trying
Hi.
trying to fill a void by you, and then there's a reason why there's a void there. That means that there's something missing. So that
Yeah.
means that there's a chance for you to look within to figure out what is it that I'm missing. You find it within, because all you're doing when you're using anything outside yourself, you're gonna only be. It's so interesting too. You're gonna continuously want to use these things, so they're never gonna do nothing. It's never gonna be enough.
Mhm.
You notice how people just become addicted to certain things is because
Yeah.
they're using that thing outside themselves to gain happiness. But is it ever everlasting? Is the
Even
happiness ever everlasting?
even social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people are really addicted to social media, right? And social media can be such a resourceful tool,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it all depends on how you use it. You know what I mean? My kids know I'm live right now. They got the nerve to ask me, like to be texting my phone,
What they say?
asking me can they have a seltzer. We don't drink soda. We drink flavored seltzer water.
I
So
feel
like
you.
they asking me can they have one of my seltzer waters because they ran through all of their juice and all of that shit. But like it's just like the audacity. I'm live. I said, all right, I'm going live. I'll be back. Like,
Mama Joy. What's it called? What you call it?
what?
What you call it again? Mom Chakor. What you call it? How you say it?
Oh, mompreneurs,
Mompreneurs.
mompreneurs. Yeah, you can't escape your kids. You cannot escape your kids. But yeah, my bad, y'all. I thought that was something that happened.
But nah, it's like anything outside yourself is
Mhm.
it's becoming. If you have to use something to feel better, that's enough to let you know that you have to. take a step. And it's like, this is not something to say, because we all been there, right? I've been there. I have been, I could be the first to say, I have been using people to feel better, using sex to feel better. It never did anything for me. So I had to change. I had to, as uncomfortable as it was very uncomfortable to like finally friggin' trust myself and find happiness within. It was a journey, but it's like if I had continue to use things to tell myself for me to feel good, it ain't with no growth. There's no growth there.
Yeah, you just it's like you're a zombie. You come like a zombie, you
Yeah,
know?
or a puppet.
Right. Um, like kind of crab in the barrel mentality, you know? Eventually you gotta face yourself. Like nothing's a coincidence, you know?
Nothing.
So you keep going through the same shit with people, or keep going through the same shit financially, or just anything that you're tired of going through, and you need to change. Something needs
Mm-hmm.
to change. Like sometimes you need to stop pointing the other finger at the outside world and point the finger at yourself. Figure out what needs to change within you. How can you create better for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Cause me, like personally, like it's only but so many times we're gonna talk about the problem until I'm like, all right, so what's the solution? Like,
Right.
like don't keep coming to me talking about the problem, and like you ain't trying to really talk about no solution. Call me harsh, but like that's the reality of it. What's the solution? What you gonna do to fix that problem? Some people just whiny, and they got like this why me, whiny, why me mentality. No,
Yeah.
like what can I do to fix my situation? So that's what it's about. If we ain't talking about that, then we really not talking about nothing much.
I think honestly, some people just be addicted to the feeling of pain to the point where it's like they can't stop talking about that. Like having that victim mentality is really, it will be the one to be your own demise. Like it will be the purpose, the reason, because it's like you have to find a way to get yourself out of that. You have to
Mhm.
find a sense of take your mind from why, like what's happening, why is this happening to me, to like what is this teaching me, how could I elevate from it, what could I take from this to grow. And also having the mentality of I could be so like everything is working out for me at the end of the day, even if it feels like it, even if it feels or seems like it isn't, it is, because how many times have we been through something and thought it was the end and came out of
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
Like
Got
while you're going through it, yes, it will feel like it's the end of the world, because you know what I learned too? When you're in pain, it's kind of hard for you to see the light to certain things. It's kind of hard for you to like see anything else but that pain. So yes, you're gonna need a moment to feel your feels so you could get through it. The worst thing you could do is avoid feeling what you're feeling. Avoid. Like even sometimes whenever I feel something, I literally jump to questioning like, all right, Shani, what's going on? Like I talk to myself like I'm my best friend, because I am. Like what's happening? What is this? If I don't know, I know that I'm gonna find out soon. So I just do what I
Mhm.
can at that moment to feel better. And down the line, I'll say, oh shit, that's why I was feeling like that. Let me not do that again, or let me work on that. And then we good to go. We move on. And that's
Right.
literally it. That's life itself. That's how you get through.
Mhm. I
A
agree.
question for you. As a Taurus sun, because before I even ask you, I wanted to bring up physical all right, materialism versus spiritual, should I call it spiritual abundance or spiritual richness, like inner richness? Like, how do I, let's just call it, yeah, materialism versus like the spiritual bank. Like, like how they say, like, you gotta feel rich before you see the physical stuff happening. You gotta
Mhm.
feel like you are it. Like,
Mhm.
what is your view on that as a Taurus sun, as someone that really thrives when you're your physical surroundings is just pleasant. How do you deal with, if you ever had to deal with it? Like, how did you deal with, let's say you wasn't as stable, you wasn't like, what was your first reaction? How did you get better?
Oh, I'm me regardless of my situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not one of those people that has ever fell victim to like severe depression or um, you know, pessimism and oh my god, like this the world is over, like it's over, this is terrible, like I don't know if you feel what I'm saying, right? Like I have it up here, but I can't. It's hard for me to verbalize it. Um, but like,
You like easily move.
yeah, I'm a very optimistic person, and although I do know that uh, sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to work out,
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely feel like they're gonna work out how they're supposed to work out regardless. And so like that kind of helps me not let my mind get away. Because if you allow your mind to get away with you, like you'll start thinking about all types of shit, So like I'm optimistic, and on top of that, the fact that I've seen all of the shit that I've been through, and I see myself come out of so many things, so many heartbreaks, so many disappointments, like I have faith because of that. So I feel like my my optimistic mindset is kind of carried by my faith. You know
Mm.
what I mean? And when you have that mindset, you're constantly attracting good things to yourself.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not gonna say that I've never been down, but it was never for long.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like it. I'm always bouncing back up because I'm also resilient. You know, my problem was, um, being to the point where it was like not giving myself enough time to mourn, not
Mm.
giving myself enough
Okay.
time to be down, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
Did you see that it was like a negative impact on you or something? Like, did it kind of hold you back? Did you find that you probably had to keep going back and forth because you didn't give yourself that time to stay?
Yeah, because that could make you numb. That could make you numb. Like you have to actually feel. I had to learn how to feel. So like this is happening, feel it, heal from it, and then get over it. Whereas I used to be like, all right, this is happening, whatever, fuck it, boom, like I gotta get over it. I didn't give myself time to actually feel it. You know what I mean? And when you feel those feelings, you kind of learn from them. And that's why a lot of people ain't learning because they ain't feeling their feelings. They're repressing them with liquor and weed and sex and all of the shit that we were talking about, shopping and social media, TV. You know what I mean?
Putting too much in the
Like,
forefront before.
right? You gotta feel your shit. You gotta feel that shit. Feel it. And a lot of men have that problem too, because men always feel weak. Like they, for some reason, feeling their feelings makes them feel weak. And I will say, as a woman, that women are very good at making men feel like there's no room for them to have emotions. You
Naturally, it's
know?
easy for us. Granted, it is, but I feel like one thing men gotta understand that is nothing beats trying the effort, or simply telling your friend or telling the people that loves you, hey, I'm really on my, like, I'm not okay. I know somebody out there could support you in any kind of way. Like, like being open is okay. You don't have to carry this narrative that you have to have it together. Or if you
Yeah.
cry, you're a punk. We already know that's a lie. We already know
Hmm.
that was something to avoid, keep you from finding your inner strength. That really is. They try to tell you to wear a mask and hide how you feel to keep you weak. We already know. So now that we know the truth, we could do the total opposite. We could know that feeling is really where the strength is at. Because feeling is the only way that you could know how to be even more stronger, how to like get back out there, do what you gotta do. You really can't get by without owning your feelings. Like, it's very impossible. Like, how long? And I feel like a lot of people, if we look at it this way too, like I asked you that question, And I love your answer and too, because it's just like that's the truth. Like, but if you find inner like peace within, you cannot be moved, no matter how crazy or how chaotic outside may look. There's a lot of stuff going on out here, but it has yet to move me because I found peace within, and I already decided that no matter what, I'm gonna be good because nothing out there makes me who I am. I know what makes me within, right? And it's so interesting that you said that you didn't like. The only thing that you regret is not staying there too long. I I have been doing the total opposite. I'm the type of person that if I'm not feeling my best, I'm staying in the dark. And it might be because of my Scorpio rising. Like
Scorpios are so dark. My son is a Scorpio,
I'm
and
staying.
he just be walking around with this screw face, and I'm like, yo, fix your face. Like, you got everything you could possibly want. What could possibly be wrong with you right now? But
He's
I'm
in his,
realizing
you know, he just
he's
stay
he's a
himself.
Scorpio. He can't help it.
Can't. It's like it's one of our. It's a gift. Could be a curse sometimes if you stay there too long. Cause there is a time period. You're not supposed to stay in the dark too long. Like I got
Yeah,
out. Like I know when to come out. But granted, one thing I'm never gonna do is run away from how I'm feeling. To
right.
the point where I would purposely. I have these blackout curtains. I will close them up, especially even if the sun is outside. The sun is shining, and I don't feel like the sun, I don't want my sun to shine right today. I'm closing them so I can stay in the dark. I will purposely do it, but it's all to face myself because I can't keep running from myself.
Yeah,
all I got. I'm all I have, so I'm not gonna run away from my truth. And I think that's what really got me feeling well, knowing myself more, but also standing in my power without feeling like anybody could move me because bitch, I sat in the darkness.
right.
You know,
Yeah,
I fucking
I
create
know
my own
myself.
darkness. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
just like not running away from that. That's all. And
Right.
I was thinking about money, this tangible item, right? Because we all know that as much as we could use money to buy things, physical things, we know that it's really us that's putting the value on it. Tomorrow they could change the value of the dollar. We know that. They did it many times. They created credit how many years ago? Like it wasn't always there. So knowing all of this, knowing that these stuffs are actually fake, why do some people fall victim to it or let it consume them? I'm talking about killing, stealing from each other because of this. The lack, not realizing that as long as they find that inner richness within, you forever got it. You could create anything once you discover the power that you got to create your own resources. But
Hmm.
because they plaster this whole thing of the dollar amount has to be a certain amount for you to feel rich before you could feel rich, that got mad people fucked. If you look at the celebrities right now, there's some celebrities that are they got all the money in the world, but they're still unhappy. There's I remember watching something the other day with this rapper. I forgot his name. Osiris. I forgot his name. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Crying. Let's just say it was a Rolls Royce. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was an expensive ass car. Crying about not having love in the industry. Crying about not having this and that. Somebody that doesn't realize, that's ignorant to the fact that money really doesn't make you happy, they'll be like, why are you crying? You got all this resources. That he's basically showing you this shit is not it.
Yeah. Yeah, we see that a lot. That's
Commit
why it's
suicide, you
definitely
still got the money, got millions in your bank, but you commit smoking, being a victim to drugs. Still, it doesn't change anything.
right.
So it's like, what do we do about it, knowing that, right?
Yeah, that's why. But that's why it's possible to come up. It's possible for anybody to come up. You know what I mean? Like if you got that drive and that hustle, it's possible for anybody to come up. But like you can always tell the people who came up right without really learning their purpose, and learning about their higher self first,
So it's like they came
their
up
true self.
they came up without the ascension. They came up
Yeah,
without
yeah,
the ascension. And we
right.
see
That's
the
why.
decline because of that
Exactly.
reason, that same reason. Money is definitely not the route to happiness. Investment. Yep. It's not. We see it every day. And I'm not gonna lie, being in this 3D world, sometimes it's hard to grasp that this is not the route, right? Because it's all over, it's everywhere we go. When people see you glistening and they see that you have all these stuff, it catches the attention more than someone that possibly looking like they don't got it.
Yeah,
And we it drives our human feelings to want to obtain these things. But it's also having the balance, like you said, to know that like if you don't know your higher self, you're still not up, baby. Like,
right. You're not really up. Like you up in the physical world, but you ain't really up. And when you ain't really up in the spiritual world, and like you're not protected, and you don't know yourself, you don't know your soul tribe, and all of that stuff, like all of those, like all good things will slip through your fingers. Like a lot of these rich people, a lot of them have committed suicide. A lot
mm-hmm,
of them turn to like real hard drugs, like
mm-hmm,
you know what I mean. Um, they get lost. So that's why it's so important to just do the inner work and then let the abundance follow. That
yeah,
way it'll come in the right way.
yes,
And you'll be ready for it.
be the
You won't
person.
let that shit slip through your fingers. You won't let
Yep,
that, you know what I mean? You won't be one of them people um with millions of dollars and you just like, damn,
still
I
sad,
still feel empty.
still, yes.
Yeah, like I would hate that. Like
I would hate it too.
to be empty and rich, you know, it's just that's not my thing. Nope, that defeats the whole purpose.
You know, some people they rush the process of getting there. Like some people know that they're destined for greatness as far as like, being a high caliber, but they and they feel like they gotta get there first in order to feel that way.
Mhm.
Only to get there and then realize, like you said, like, wait, I'm feeling something. This is not. It's because no matter what, we came here to expand. We came here to expand and ascend. So no matter how much we get, we're gonna always want more. Once you get something, it's like, okay, next thing. So it's also all about being in the on the journey and accept and appreciating where you are, appreciating how far you come. Because granted, you wasn't always here. Certain place, certain things you have right now, you were wishing to have. You were praying for it. You
Yo,
were
I'm sorry. I got J. Cole song in my head. He
say
said he said the good news is, nigga, you came a long way. The bad news is, nigga, you went the wrong way.
they said again. You kind of
He
went out.
said the good news is, nigga, you came a long way. The bad news is you went the wrong way. I think when he said,
Mm.
I think being broke was better. That was
Ooh.
ain't no such thing as a life that's better than yours. You know that song, right?
Yes.
Like that shit speaks volumes. Like, you know what I mean? When you really go the wrong way about it, like literally, you like, damn. You looking back at everything, like, damn, I could have did this, I should have did that. Like, I'm rich, but I'm lonely. I don't got love. I
Mm.
got 12 cats and two
Mm.
dogs. Like, you done pushed everybody away because you was pointing the finger at them when the whole time you was the problem. It was you that needed fixing, you know? So,
Look
like,
much at the external, getting blinded by the pretty things, the lights, to the point where
yeah.
like you feel like you're on this journey, you have to do it alone. You can't do it with people because like it's one. I'm not gonna lie. There's certain parts of your journey that you got to face on your own. Can't have too many people in your energy, but it's also your intention. Like some people get so locked in and money hungry that they lose sight of the bigger picture, and they feel as if this one goal, this one vision they have, it's that it's that or it's like nothing at all. Like they lose the balance of taking care of your spirituality, taking care of your growth, taking care of people that loves you while you're getting there. Because imagine until when you get there, all these people just you don't have nobody. Who are you gonna share that with? Who are you going to share the happiness with at the end?
Mm-hmm.
After you dismiss everybody and you close yourself into a box because why? You had your eyes glued to just one thing. So it really is important to like understand that it doesn't have to be that way. And we can open our hearts as much as we are trying to feed. Like we could feed our hearts too. Like as much as you're trying to feed the urge to have it all, you know, whatever way you desire. Because we all, like I always say, success is very subjective. I feel like it is. I like nobody could tell me what that I'm not successful right now. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, because who are you to tell me that?
Mm-hmm.
What is it because everybody else is not validating me? That's why I'm not successful. Like, you know, stuff like that. Like, who are you to define my success? If I feel successful, I'm successful.
Right.
Another thing is like that. People looking for accolades, looking for an audience to big them up in order to feel better. Or to feel that's another version of the external validation that
Yeah.
gets people stuck.
Yeah. It mentally conditions you too. You know, it's the same thing with social media.
Oh
Do
yeah.
what you do. It don't matter how many likes you get, you know. And I had to learn that too. Like, be creative. Do what you do. It doesn't matter how many people like it. Um, just be yourself. Put yourself out there. That's what you're going for, regardless of what people think. What matters is
Mm-hmm.
what you think. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
All that matters.
Yeah. But we're gonna wrap this up because I'm hungry.
Oh, before we wrap this up, I gotta give you your. I'm gonna do like a mini solar eclipse. Um,
Okay.
yeah, Robot. Fuck the likes in the comments. Facts.
Mhm.
Before we even
Yeah.
go to that, I had somebody tell me that I had recently that I need to spruce it up, sexy it up, in order to attract a bigger audience, and I was just like, "Excuse me." First of all,
Right.
I don't need to attract anybody. I could be who I am, and people who are meant to be in my facility will come. I don't need to do all of that.
Absolutely.
Just be yourself and express when your mind and heart is clear. Like that, I'm big on that. I'm really big on being me. Like even when I'm not in my best spirits, I will literally be the first to tell you I'm not feeling good today. Like you know,
Mhm.
like there's no need to do all of that. That's a lot of work that I'm just not. I wasn't cut out. Mm-mm.
Right.
My blessing. You are too. You are
Yeah.
the blessing.
Thank you. You said just be yourself and express yourself when your mind and heart is clear. Absolutely. Definitely.
Okay, so this solar eclipse in Scorpio, I am a grown success. That's an
I
affirmation.
am a growing success.
I,
I like that.
I don't know how to. Oh, yep, I'm a growing success. That's a, damn right. But this solar eclipse in Scorpio, which is on Tuesday, the 25th. 25th, yeah, I think it's 25th. What did I say? Yep, 25th at
Mhm.
4:58 a.m. It's going to, right, we can feel the energy now. It's going to show us where we are being limited on a emotional level because Scorpio is really about going in, like, you know, digging in deep. So and I like to look at it like, you know, emotions also reflect, like we're like, so it's like a reflect, it's like a projection. It's like we're watching a movie at the end of the day. So it's like how you feel is, you could tell by looking at what's happening around you. So everything, any circumstances that's happening around you is basically showing, is revealing itself to you that, okay, there's a blockage here. It's coming up so you could deal with it. And the best way to deal with it, honestly, is going within, especially during this time. You
Mhm.
don't have to make any actions, any moves right now. You could just be the observer. And if you feel called to make a couple of moves, do it. Like Robot said, when your heart is clear and when your mind is clear. Always do based off of inspired action, never on fear. Like I'm big on that. Don't move when you're afraid of anything. Just work on why you're afraid before you move, before you make a move. Work on why you're feeling fear. So, Sherelle, you ready for this?
Yeah.
So you have, and I'm smiling because this is literally what we're talking about right now.
Mhm.
You have Scorpio and Pluto in your second house, and that is the house of resources. That's
Mm-hmm.
the house of materialism. It's the house of you just obtaining your luxury, like everything that's around you right now. So things probably will be coming up to show you if there's any blockage there. It's coming up to show you what you could do to like shift it. So like for example, anything that's coming up as far as feelings, you could like journal it. Anything that's coming up in regards to like people, because people will show you. People like your mirror. So people around you is going to show you, and this is in regards to resources. So let's say somebody's playing with your money and you like wondering what the fuck is that, or anything like that. Anything on a spiritual level too, because it's more emotion than it is physical. So there could be a shift coming in regards to your resources, and it's gonna be for the greater good. It's always for the greater good. So anything that's showing up to show you how to shift your resources, go that way. Especially if it's making you especially if it's making you feel good. If it makes you feel good, if you feel like the better route, you could trust it. um the lunar eclipse in Taurus, which is the full moon, is in your eighth house, which is the opposite of the second house. So I would say second house is like you obtaining your finances, and eighth house is like shared finances. So full moon, meaning full circle, maybe partnering up with people, um, things dealing with the bank, things dealing with past life, regarding your finances will be coming up, and it'll probably be a chance for you to redefine and create what that shared finance will be for you. So let's say you're in a relationship with someone, y'all working, y'all together, finding different ways to do that. That trying a different route. Let's say you did it before and it didn't work out. This time you could take what you learned before and apply it to this situation. And that's in Taurus. So it's like slow and steady is better than rushing.
Yeah.
So that's
Thank
it.
you. Thank
Right?
you for
So
that.
it
And that
aligns, right?
it definitely aligns. Yo, it definitely aligns. That's so dope. So, so you said Tuesday, the 27th at 4:58
25th.
a.m. 25th at 4:58 a.m.
So
That's when the
anything that's coming up is showing you where you might blockages. What do you want to change in regards to your finances, in regards to how you're going towards it? If you have any fear regarding finances, it will be shown to you, and it will be a chance for you to like work on that, seeing what route to take in order to rebuild what you want to take out, because it's like a process of elimination. If something's not working, you could trust that you could walk away from it, because anything
hmm
that's happening right now verbatim is the truth.
right.
Mask off, mask off, mask off, and it's gonna give
Yeah.
you hands around the full moon. The full moon is, I have it written down here. I feel like the full moon in Taurus is going to be, drum roll please. Okay, it's going to be November 8th, 6:02 a.m. So the full moon will be whatever you implement around this time in the new moon, it will manifest during the full moon. And it will manifest in regards to your shared finances. So it could be somebody coming in to help you financially, or to cultivate more of a stability for you in a different
hmm
way that you did before.
Right. Okay. So now this is the Taurus and eclipse
Yeah. So the solar
reading, but
eclipse,
that's for a collection. That's collective,
yeah, like
right?
yeah, think of it
It's
as when,
collective because everybody, like right now, I know a lot of people, like it's a lot of shit coming up, childhood shit,
oh
old
yeah.
people, exes, like old situations, old circumstances, a lot
Hmm.
of things coming up, and that's why because of the Taurus eclipse, right?
Hmm.
And like it, one thing about that Taurus and the Venus, right? It's all connected. The
Yeah.
Taurus, the Venus, the planet.
Yeah.
Um, it's gonna shed light on things. Like it's
Hmm.
definitely gonna bring awareness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So things are coming up. Face them, and you're always rewarded for that. Higher power is always
Always.
always
But you
reward.
have
You know,
good
you're gonna get
intention.
rewarded for that. You know, when you got the good intentions and you're working on things as they come, and you're not hiding from shit, running from shit, and you know, being scared to face yourself, like, you know, you're definitely gonna get rewarded for that. Everything is a test.
You
You
could
know,
do no wrong when you face yourself and own up to your truth. That's how I feel about it.
absolutely.
Like for me, Scorpio is in my first house. So even yesterday my friends came over and they was like, Shanice, you look so different. Cause I lost a lot of weight. So they're like, oh my God, compared to like how many years? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I know what's happening. Like, cause the first house rules the body and it rules like literally yourself, your personality. I feel myself coming out more and being more expressive and not giving a fuck. I used to give a fuck. I used to fucking
Yeah.
care too much. Now I'm like, don't give a fuck. And I have Taurus in my seventh house, which is ruling partnership. So self versus partnership. So I believe full moon will show me people that I need to let go of people, and I'm going within right now. And by me going within and owning who I am, I'm going to connect with people that are going to be my rightful aligned people. And I'm excited about that. It's about time. Shit.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm excited for it.
I'm so
Um,
excited for this
I wish.
solar eclipse. I'm excited for the growth,
Yeah, I was gonna say
elevation,
that. You took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna say I wish you guys growth during this time.
wealth in any kind of form. Because guess what? As long as you feel rich, you're rich. That's all I gotta
Right.
say.
And then you attract it when you're in that energy. So let's
Yes.
go. Let's do it. Thank you so much. I'm hungry. I can't wait to eat brunch.
Me too. But I'm gonna finish drinking my tea. I'm gonna read a book.
Yeah.
I take a nap. But it was
Yeah.
so good,
Thank you guys.
and I'm excited for everything that's gonna come. And we'll see y'all soon
Yeah. And to
on the
everyone that
next
couldn't,
tea with.
yeah, everyone that couldn't join us now, like, you know, hopefully they're watching it and they were able to take something from it. You
Yes,
know.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
post this on my page. I'm gonna tag you
Okay.
and keep this thing going. I love you so
Okay.
much.
Cool. I love you too, guys. Have a great day. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.